Right, so I know from the get-go you're probably thinking, Fraser, why are you making a video as a commentary channel? You're mainly a gaming person. Well, I found a video that's too funny to watch. The channel's name is Ragreynolds, as you can see here, and if you don't know any, basically he's an avid believer of the flat earth theory that Australia doesn't exist, which is interesting, and Memeless made a video on it like two months ago, and he responded saying, sorry, but in the past like 2 months or so, he's made a video, 2 videos actually, on conspiracies. You got, is England real and is Scotland real? Obviously, I don't really think he's a bad person. I think he's just doing this as a joke. But my God, this triggers me more than the Australian thing, because I live in England and Scotland's half of my family. So we're going to watch these and see what quality content this guy shows and theories.
You don't know, you damn well should know. My name is Ragreynolds, and today I'm going to be investigating the highly requested topic, subject, question.
I'm sorry, what? Highly requested? Who would request you to do is Scotland real? Who in their right mind would ask?
Whatever. Of whether or not Scotland is a real place. For a long time now, ever since I started putting out videos asking whether or not Australia was real and saying, no, it's not a real place, people have been saying to me, is Scotland real? Scotland's not real.
You're kidding. You're kidding. Who actually believe Scotland doesn't exist? Hold on. I just want to pause for a second. Right. 94 likes, 180 dislikes. Interesting. Let's continue, I guess.
Can't be real. If Australia's not real, neither is Scotland, and blah blah blah. How would you feel if I said that Scotland wasn't real, and so on and so forth? Then I announced that I'm doing this conspiracy series. I've already done one on Flat Earth. I have my previous Australia videos, and as a request, I've had numerous people ask me, please do a video on whether or not Scotland is real. So, for you all, since you asked so nicely, well, some of you did anyway, I am now going to answer that question for you here today. Now, when I first sat down and thought about making this video, I thought, what is there even to make a video on? It's a ridiculous question. Of course it's a real place. I live.
See, even he knows it. So why are you making a video on it if you thought it's real? Because it is real.
Here, there are lots of things around me that prove it's a real place. It's got a long, long history, background and culture, whatever. But then I thought about it closer. Then I did some research and I started to see, wait a minute, there is some stuff here for a video. There is some stuff.
Oh no, he's found some stuff out. He's found out the truth. Scotland isn't real. Guys, we're going to have to close down the studio. It's been keeping the secret for so long. But he's found out our secrets. We're going to have to close down and run away.
Stuff here that we need to get an answer for. Some of it doesn't make any sense at all. And the first of the
None of your videos make any sense.
things I want to bring up is the names of some of the places in Scotland. I mean, we have a place called Butts Wynd.
So you're saying it's not real just because of some of the town names? Yes, some of the Scottish town names are weird, but every country has town names like these in around the world. Like, just because it has a stupid name like Butts Wine doesn't mean, oh yeah, that's good enough reason for it to be not real.
There's a real place in St Andrews called Butts Wynd. Now, St Andrew is the patron saint of Scotland. Don't you think it's a bit weird that in the place named after him, we have a place called Butts Wynd? Maybe it was just an unfortunate joke, maybe it was an accident, but what doesn't help this is that there is also a place in Scotland not too far from where I live, and it's called Ecclefechan. Yes, that's...
So he's basically saying that he lives near Scotland. So why doesn't he believe that it doesn't exist? What is
correct.
This, man?
A place called Ecclefechan, and they are famous for Ecclefechan tarts and whiskey. Eckle feckin' tarts. Doesn't that just sound like someone swearing at you? Doesn't that sound like I'm being aggressive?
Yes, because you are aggressive in most of your videos.
Feckin' tart. If you think Scotland's real, you're an eckle feckin' tart. If you dislike my videos, you're an eckle feckin' tart.
Ragreynolds, I'm so sorry. Now you call me an eckle feckin' tart. I don't think I have enough power to dislike the video. Might have to like it.
Sending me hate comments? Well, eckle feckin' you. You know, I might have to just start doing that. I might need to start just using eckle feckin' in place of the word fuck. I think it would be fantastic, and I think I would get...
Yes, it would be fantastic because it's no swearing. You got to keep it PG, family friendly, 13
a lot of great
clean.
reactions from people. Now, the next damning piece of evidence we have is there's this thing that happens every year called the Guga Bird Hunt, where people hunt something called Guga Birds, and yes, Guga Birds are real creatures. I mean, I guess they don't look that weird apart from maybe this one looks quite bloody strange, quite eckle feckin' strange. But just the name itself, I mean, it goes back to the eckle feckin' and the butts wind Guga birds.
So he's basically saying that just because of the name of some creature that they hunt each year and some of the town names, Scotland isn't real. Yeah, I don't really want to carry on with this video
anymore.
None of this makes any sense. Well.
I mean, we lost a war to the English. We lost a war to people that sound like I blabber.
It's the least worst thing. I can't even critique it because what goes on in the video is just so fucking much worse.
So you're criticising English people just because of they sound like this YouTuber? How bloody
It's so beyond
you?
worse, this one now. Just think. A joke or not, it's just fucking ignorant and wrong.
How could we have lost a war to people that sound like that? How could we?
Well, I'm very sorry to tell you, Ragreynolds, wars are not fought on accents. They are fought by guns, swords, or whatever weapon you prefer to use. Planes, tanks. They're not fought by people that have dodgy accents. I'm not sure this guy even knows how wars started or what happened.
Have lost to people like that. We lost to those bunch of pansies? How is that possible? We're the losers. We're supposed to be the tough guys. We're the stoic tough guys, and we somehow lost to those losers? Give me a break. I don't understand. Surely that didn't happen. Where's the explanation here? Where's the explanation here?
History books. Basically, Scotland had a war with England and they didn't win, unless you count like William Wallace. But yeah, you don't understand, and you're kind of going off topic from whether Scotland is real. You're talking about a war. How does that have anything to do on whether Scotland is real or not?
Favourite foods? Black pudding. When you think about it, it's made of blood and oats. Those are the main ingredients in black pudding. It's one of my favourite foods. Maybe even my favourite food other than maybe some venison. In which world, in what parallel universe does blood and oats taste nice? Like, it makes zero sense again. I mean, surely, haggis tastes disgusting, which makes perfect sense. So that kind of gives...
That's just an opinion. I've never had haggis myself, but people like it, some people don't like it. But I don't understand. So far, all your points have been town names, a hunt for a bird, war, and now black pudding. That's not really good evidence.
There's a bit of a thumbs up says, maybe we are real, maybe we're not as ridiculous as I was first thinking, but black pudding, it tastes so good and I don't understand why. It shouldn't. It really shouldn't. And I mean, don't even get me started on the fact that we blow into a bag to make music. We have people that blow it to make music.
That's just taking the piss out of people that know how to play or play bagpipes. Like, the playing the bagpipes sounds actually really nice, so I don't understand why you're criticising it. It makes some good
music. Seriously, and we call it bagpipes, and they go parading around. Some people are qualified in blowing into a bag. I mean, that may be one of the most insane things of all. Now, most of this...
Now, I think one of the most insane things are always you making a good video on why something isn't real. That will never happen, and if it does, that'll be insane.
Passed off as unfortunate coincidences, unfortunate circumstances, just maybe jokes as well. However, there is one damning piece of evidence that makes me really question the existence of my homeland. And that is the fact that our national animal is a unicorn. Do you mean to tell me that unicorns are real now? I mean, unicorns are real now.
So this guy's main bit on why Scotland isn't real is just because their national animal is a unicorn. He says it's his homeland, so he's saying his homeland is fake. Oh, I've had enough of the Scotland video. Let's move on to the England one. Alright, here's the England video. Considering the Scottish video was so bad, I can't believe this is going to be
No,
any
you
worse.
damn well should know. My name is Ragreynolds, and today I'm going to be investigating whether or not England is a real place. So previously I have investigated whether or not Scotland is a real place, and obviously I have my 20 odd videos about whether or not Australia is a real place, but that has nothing to do with
Yeah, just saying, why did you make 27 videos on a flat earth theory that Australia doesn't exist? That's either milking a trend that isn't really a trend, or just trying to prove your point when even though it's a dumb point in the first place.
This video is about whether or not England specifically, and a lot of people have requested that I make this video. There was even one guy who kind of gave.
Again, like the Scottish video, who would request you to make a video on whether England or Scotland is not real or not? Like, how delusional are these people? How small-minded must they be? Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but this is just dumb if you believe this. It's actually dumb. I don't think this guy is a bad person. I think he might be a nice person in real life, I don't know, but my god, these videos are just
give the
awful
initial
to watch.
inspiration, kind of give the initial request, and it's a guy who made a video called England Exposed, and he had me do a little interview with him for that. And in that guy's video he says, oh, is England real, is it not real? And he tries to say that it is not real. But we're not going to be looking at that video. We're going to be thinking specifically about what I think, about the evidence I've seen, about what I know. And first off, the thing that pops to my mind is, well, it must be a real place. Surely it's a real place. I don't really see what could make it not a real place. But then Then I start thinking about it.
Because it is a real
First
place.
thing, what comes to mind when you think England? Okay, tea and crumpets? Okay, tea. What's with the tea obsession? It's a bit of a strange thing to be obsessed with. People all over the world are obsessed with lots of different things, different cultures of different things, but tea doesn't taste that great. I mean, it tastes not great.
Again, like the haggis thing in the last video, it's a matter of opinion. I personally don't like tea, but again, that's just an opinion. People like it, people don't. And this is a thing you'll notice with this video and the previous video and all the 20 odd videos he did in Australia. He never actually talks about a good reason why it doesn't exist. He just rambles on at the camera and just basically comes up with some bullshit reasons that aren't even reasons in the first
And so
place,
you have to
let
put
alone
milk and
good
sugar in
reasons.
it to actually make it taste okay. The only people who drink black tea are people who are trying to show off. No one drinks black tea in private. People go out to a restaurant, out to a cafe, or they've got friends over and they say, oh, how do you want your tea? And they go, oh, I'll have it black. Oh, as if there's some sort of true English person trying to...
Well, here's the thing. You don't know people drink black tea in private. Just because you don't know that. You don't, like, knock on someone's door and say, hey, mate, I'm doing a video on whether England's real. Do you drink black tea in private, or do you mainly drink it in public? And then they answer, like, good to know. I'm just not going to mention it at all. Like, seriously. People can drink whatever they want. It's their lifestyle. You don't have to criticize it or make it a point on whether England's real or not.
Drink their tea the way it was supposed to be. But see, I guarantee you, when all their friends go away, They go, they regurgitate all that tea, and then they sit down, they make themselves another tea. Well, they're putting milk and sugar in that. No one drinks black tea when no other people are around. People only drink black tea to try and show off about how cool and how English they actually are. And you know, that got me thinking, and I started researching into tea, and this name kept popping up, and hopefully someone in the comments can help me out here. But this name, Earl Grey, kept popping up, and I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out the answer to this. Who is Earl Grey? Who's Earl Grey? Who is Earl Grey? Who's Earl Grey?
He's not a person. It's just a type of tea people have. I swear to God, how have you not managed to figure out
what
what
who's Earl Grey? I couldn't find anything. So, if someone could please let me know who Earl Grey is, I would really love to know, and I would appreciate it. The next thing that pops in my mind after the tea obsession would be the size of the country and how this bunch of pansies once conquered the entire fucking globe. This tiny little place conquered the whole globe. You expect me to believe that? I can believe that people are drinking black tea to try and show off to their friends. I can believe, okay, Earl Grey might be a real person and somehow he's just paid everyone to keep him off the internet. I can believe that. But this tiny little bunch of pansies conquered the entire world? You expect me to believe that when you have you expect me to believe that when you have...
Here's the thing. History lesson for you. Britain was the country which started the Industrial Revolution, which basically made everything more industrialized and more modern. To do this, they sent out ships to other countries to get supplies. Obviously, along the way, they included slavery, which is just stupid. The point is, they didn't conquer the entire world. But the places they did, they just made them colonies, and most of them aren't even colonies anymore. They're independent. So I don't understand. Yes, Britain conquered the world, but that's just basically saying how anyone could conquer Russia, because Russia's a giant, massive country. It's not about the size of a country. It's about the historical context.
People out there who sound like eye blabber. When you have people out there with Scouse accents. I mean, when you look at England, I can understand how London's a real place. Okay, it's this huge city and it's a really cool place. I like London. Okay, it's this huge city and it's a really cool place. I like London.
So you're saying that London exists, but England doesn't. So what's London supposed to be on? It's just like in a massive island surrounded by fake land and sea.
I go there all the time. I've been in a little bit, but it's somewhere I frequent. My girlfriend's from London, so I understand, okay, that's a real place, I can understand it. But Northern England? Places like Liverpool, Manchester, Stoke-on-Trent, Newcastle? You expect me to believe that these places are real? Not a chance in hell. I'm no fool, I'm not gullible, I'm not going to believe those places are real just because you tell me that they are. Can you believe those places are real just because you tell me that they are? Can you...
So you're not going to believe those places are real, but you're going to believe a dumb flat earth thing.
Imagine getting out of your bed every morning and sounding like you're from Liverpool. Can you imagine going on with your day? How do you get past saying good morning to your friends or family who are in the house with you? You wake up, pour your cereal, pour your cup of black tea, and you look around you and you say to your mum, oh, good morning, and you hear what comes out of you, and you hear how she responds, and you somehow manage to get on with your day. You somehow manage to leave the house and go about your day feeling good about yourselves. Yeah, right. No one. How can you do that when you're from there? That makes no sense to me. And as much as it's hard to believe they conquered the globe, but see, the hardest part of that to believe is the fact that they somehow beat Scotland. And I've talked about whether Scotland was real or not in a previous video, and I brought this point up then as well. Somehow, those pansies, most of whom sound terrible, absolutely terrible, somehow they beat absolutely terrible. Somehow they beat.
So you're just basically saying that you can't believe England beat Scotland in a war just because of how shite they sound. People might take offence to that. You're just basically calling out people for sounding shite. That is just dumb, and I don't really understand. Like, why are you criticising England just because of their accents? This video is called Is England Real? You can see the title up here. You're talking about how shite people's accents are. They're not shite, it's just your opinion.
You expect me to believe that? You know, there's this guy I look up to a lot, and his name is Chael Sunner, and he once put out on Twitter, he put out a tweet and he said, if the Irish are so tough, why do they speak English? And at the time I thought, haha, good point. And I repeated that quote numerous times to other people. But now that I'm thinking about it, maybe we've got it all wrong. Maybe the fact is, England's not a real place. Maybe they never did conquer Ireland. Maybe that never happened. I mean, I'm going to need to investigate whether or not Ireland's a real place in a future video. I will get to that. I have a whole list of countries I'm going to be investigating. Ireland's certainly going to be one of the next few. But this makes a whole lot of sense. I mean, you expect us to believe that the English beat the Irish and the Scottish. I mean, maybe the Irish, maybe they were all just that drunk that the English managed to kill them all when they were falling.
What does this have to do with the video? And also, just because you're saying that the Irish lost means they're drunk.
Maybe that's what happened.
I can't believe this
I don't know. But to think that they actually beat them in all-out war and beat Scotland as well, and then beat the rest of the world, being from this tiny little place.
Right, I'm bored. I just wanna get this over with. You're stupid, and these can't be taken as a joke. But before we go, I just want to look at the comment section. Let's see. Good job, Ragreynolds. You make really good arguments. I'm also noticed that a lot of people that have made videos on you are English. Coincidence? I think not. What a legend, Mr. Ragreynolds. You're kidding me. He doesn't make really good arguments, and also, just because people are English that make videos on him doesn't mean it's a coincidence. Most people speak English. It doesn't really matter. Right, let's see what else he's like. Someone's salty. Yeah, I love how everyone's just annoying him. So maybe Hogwarts is real. I wish it was. No, it's not. Boy, maybe the Earth doesn't exist. Who's the reply by? Nope, it never has. Just a figment of humanity's. Right, so in conclusion, this guy does not know how to make a good video. Like, this is just too stupid. So I hope you enjoyed. Don't send hate over to him. Like, he's acting like an actual dumbass, but he's probably not like that in real life. So don't send hate over to him. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, comment what you think of this, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.